Major shout out to Casetify for sponsoring this video. If you thought small phones were dead, think again, because the iPhone 13 mini is leading the charge and it's here to change your mind. How's it going, everyone? My name is RJ and today is the day. After what felt like a month of waiting, the iPhone 13 mini is finally here. So today we are going to do an unboxing and I'll give you guys my initial impressions on this miniature beast. So kick back, relax, get some snacks, and let's get right down to it. I know a lot of you have questions and concerns regarding the battery life on the iPhone 13 mini. Battery life was a huge concern on the iPhone 12 mini, and this year Apple actually addressed some of those concerns by increasing the battery capacity to a 2425 mAh battery and equipping this device with the more efficient A15 Bionic processor. This year, the 13 mini's battery cell is approximately 11% bigger than what was found in last year's iPhone 12 mini. Apple was able to achieve this by slightly increasing the overall thickness and the weight of the device, and you can definitely feel the additional weight. It's not anything that's going to hinder the overall portability and the compactness of the device, but it's definitely something that you can feel. I actually think the added heft is great. It makes the 13 mini feel a little bit more premium than last year's device, which is a much welcome feeling. I will be giving you guys a full rundown on the battery life in the form of a dedicated video once I get a real opportunity to use the device for a few days. So do look out for that video. It should be dropping in a few days, and of course make sure to subscribe to the channel. We have a ton of iPhone 13 mini content coming your way. It's about to be insane. I gotta get this out of the way because it's been bothering me ever since I popped my SIM card into this device, and that's the haptic feedback. This year, the Taptic motors are significantly smaller than last year. This was done intentionally to make room for a bigger battery. But the thing is, I can tell the difference. The haptic vibrations are not as strong as it was on the iPhone 12 mini. And I know for a fact that this is going to bother me because I'm a big haptic feedback guy. I need my haptic motors to be strong and noticeable, so take this information however you will. It's just something that I've noticed right off the bat. The question now becomes, are you willing to sacrifice the Taptic motor for a bigger battery? And I feel like a lot of people will be okay with that trade-off, but it's just not for me. Looking at this color in real life, I gotta say I am so glad I opted to go with the blue. I was really regretting not going for the pink, but man, this blue in real life looks amazing. We got these metallic blue stainless steel edges that give you a slight shine under the right lighting conditions. The volume rockers are ever so slightly shifted lower this year. The SIM card slot is now found all the way towards the bottom, and the notch this year is about 20% smaller than last year. Honestly, looking directly at this device, I'm not able to tell the difference. The notch does look slightly smaller, but if you were to hand me the iPhone 13 mini and you told me that it was the iPhone 12 mini, I would have definitely believed you just by looking at this notch because it's not that much of a noticeable difference. One underrated improvement this year that not many people are talking about is the screen brightness. We still got the same 5.4-inch OLED display from last year with the same 2430 by 1080p resolution. The only difference is this year the screen is vividly brighter with a max brightness of 800 nits. This is plenty bright enough to see outdoors, and I found it especially great for photography. With the iPhone 12 mini, I used to have a hard time using the display as a viewfinder in outdoor settings. This year on the iPhone 13 mini, I'm able to see the display without the need to strain my eyes. Speaking of the display, this year Apple is still using last year's ceramic shield. Ceramic shield is notorious for phantom scratches. I highly recommend the first thing that you guys should do is get a screen protector on this device ASAP, and of course a protective case. Lucky for you guys, I got you covered with a 15% discount from our channel sponsor Casetify. Introducing Casetify's new lineup of iPhone 13 mini cases called Crush Cases. As with a majority of Casetify cases, these Crush cases are made out to be entirely customizable. You can customize the font color, the font layout, all to your own preference with whatever monogram or initials you want. Casetify is all about sustainability, and these cases are made up of 65% recycled and plant-based materials. In line with their drop to zero commitment, they're able to reduce their carbon footprint by 20%. Check out this case right here. It's got a raw speckled bumper design, and it's made up of crushed upcycled phone cases, so pretty cool stuff. These crushed cases are 100% BPA free, 100% non-toxic, and 100% non-hazardous. They also feature something really cool called Defensify, which which is an antimicrobial coating that kills 99% of bacteria by preventing the growth of microbes from sticking to the surface. Crush cases are also lined with the new and improved patented shock absorbing tech called Chi-Tech 2.0. And Casetify claims that this case provides drop protection for up to 9.8 feet. So naturally, what I'm about to do is drop my brand new iPhone 13 mini from about 10 feet high on top of solid concrete. As you guys can see, the phone is completely unscathed, so props to Casetify for holding up their end of the bargain. I do recommend you guys pick up a screen protector and a crush case for your brand new iPhone 13, so make sure you guys go to casetify.com/rjtech for 15% off your purchase. There is a link in the description below. Over on the back, these camera lenses this year are huge, and this was done intentionally to give the iPhone 13 mini bigger sensors so it can perform better in low light scenarios. The main 12 megapixel camera has larger sensors that let in more light, hence improving photos in poor lighting conditions. There's also the addition of sensor shift optical image stabilization, which, if you remember, was a flagship feature that was reserved for last year's iPhone 12 Pro Max. I'm really excited to test out the main lens. You gotta remember, this was the same primary lens that was found on last year's iPhone 12 Pro Max with an f1.6 aperture, so quite a significant upgrade. I managed to snap a few shots here and there in my short time with the device, and overall the pictures definitely look a lot better than the iPhone 12 mini. The iPhone 13 mini produces a much richer image with brighter colors and more depth. Still in early impressions, I'll reserve my full camera thoughts for the full review, so make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. The 12 megapixel ultra wide angle camera has larger sensors this year, and there is also the addition of autofocus on board, which can make a big difference in ensuring ultra wide shots come out sharp and detailed. Cinematic mode is a huge feature that I was super excited for. Cinematic mode can apply bokeh-like effects to your videos, and it can dynamically shift the focus depending on where your subject is in the frame. And the crazy part is, this is all done automatically using the phone's upgraded neural engine, the A15 Bionic. Essentially, this is portrait video but on steroids. The only downside is it does top off at 1080p 30 FPS. Now, I don't see the average consumer running out this year to upgrade because of cinematic mode. I mean, it's a great feature for content creators like myself, but for the average Joe, it's not a big enough reason to run out and upgrade. Performance has never really been an issue when it came to the iPhone 12 mini. With the iPhone 13 mini, we're looking at the new A15 Bionic, and it will destroy the best Android has to offer. Yes, that even includes Android gaming phones. So you should have no issues with performance whatsoever, unless you are playing a graphic intense game like Genshin's Impact, which I don't believe any phone can handle properly as of yet. Overall though, my initial impressions on the iPhone 13 mini have been very positive. If I'm able to get around 7 to 8 hours of screen on time with the iPhone 13 mini, that in itself is a huge win. When you combine improved battery life, the A15 Bionic, the 5.4-inch compact form factor, and technically last year's flagship camera, you are looking at one of the best phones currently available to date. I mean, it's got everything. It's got the one-handed friendly form factor, it's got a very capable camera, and quite possibly pretty good battery life. I don't see how this year this phone does not sell well, especially if the battery life is improved like everyone is saying. Make sure you guys come back for the full review, which should be dropping sometime next week. As always, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to flex with your tech.